Hello, everybody. Stars About Stars and me, Irina, we are greeting you. And today we have a very special, beautiful guest with Ukrainian roots, American education, and Wall Street mindset. Do you believe me? Totally self-made and beautiful KRISTINA ALEXANDRA. Hi, darling.
Thank you for that wonderful intro. I may need to hire you as my agent.
Oh my God, I'm available. You know, only for you. Okay, very good. Yeah, it's just reality. But now we're going to dig the truth because your heart is still opened with all these beauties and benefits and advantages and this personality. Your heart is still not taken, correct?
That is correct.
Beautiful. So we connected to stars, as you know, and let's see, your main birth number is 3. That speaks of the need of beauty and harmony in your life and as well a variety of projects. I know that you're always busy traveling the world and you have really plenty of activities. What are you doing in life right now? Tell us, please.
Sure. So I'm actually quite busy in life, professionally speaking. Quite busy. So I have a consulting company, which is a strategic advisory firm, and that works with ultra net worth individuals, family offices, and startups, and their portfolio companies in areas of growth strategy and partnerships. I also advise 2 startups. I'm an advisor to the CEO of one on partnerships, growth strategy, and Web3. They're in the sports media space. And I advise another company, which is a fintech. It is a neobank, which just means a bank without a physical location that's raised about $200 million. And I advise them on growth strategy. So I am juggling a lot at the moment. And I also live between Palm Beach and New York. So I'm also juggling 2 different residences.
Thank you so much. Tell me, please, do you need somebody who's going to do that type of stuff with you? So you want a financial guy or you want somebody who's going to be creative and compensate your activity?
Do you mean, do I want someone that's going to work alongside me? Or
artistic personality or Wall Street guy? What are you going to choose? No matter, both are successful and interesting.
I would say a mix of both would be lovely. But if I had to pick one, I would say the Wall Street guy.
So you want somebody who's very successful, but you don't mind if he's cooking or dancing a little bit?
Not at all.
To have fun with him. Yeah, you want to relax. That's what we go.
Exactly.
Girls, they want to have fun. You know that song. Okay, and we continue. So question number 2, the number of the months speaks of justice. Do you believe in justice at all? Does it exist?
Absolutely.
Do you?
I believe in it. Does it exist? It does, but it doesn't show up very often.
That's true. Some kind of karma?
That is correct. Also, sometimes bad things just happen to good people, as I think is evidenced in the country we're both from. Sometimes bad things just happen, but I do believe in justice. Absolutely.
Thank you. The year of birth corresponds to the card of the court. There is an expression that the hardest thing is to prove the truth. Because how you can prove it, actually. What do you think about this?
What do I think about truth or proving the truth?
Yes, proving the truth.
I think that is an absolutely key thing in life, right? We all have to find our truth. What is our individual truth? What is the truth? I think we're all in the pursuit of that. Without that, I don't think life would have very much meaning.
Thank you. Your numerology includes 159. This actually, you know, it corresponds to helping profession as well, a very special gift or talent. And this position admits that you will never stop in life and you always get what you want. Does it relate? Is it true?
I think so, yes. So I am very tenacious. And once I set my heart on something or my mind on something, I'm going to keep on going until I get it. A little bit like an Elon Musk type of personality. And yes, if I do want something, I'm very laser focused on it. Tony Robbins, who we both know, mentioned something about a reticular activating system, which is a part of our brain that once you focus on something, you just see it everywhere. I think mine is hyperactivated.
What about personal life? Let's say you know somebody who is perfect for you, or you see some man in the street and say, wow, such a gentleman. Could you come up to him, or you will, be shy?
That's the funny thing. It depends. If I'm interested in him in an intimate or romantic fashion, I'll probably be shy. If I think he's a great contact for business, I won't be.
Okay. But okay, another question, because you can feel sexuality on distance. Could you read through in a second that's your man or not? You're attracted or not?
Yes. I can feel someone's masculinity, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So someone could be extremely successful financially, but if I don't feel like they're a type A alpha male, I won't respect them and therefore I won't be attracted to them, even if they're physically extremely attractive.
So now is the right time to ask you, what is your ideal man, his qualities?
So the physical qualities I'm quite flexible on because to me, it's really energy and connection. I've actually been attracted, one of the gentlemen that I've been attracted to in my life that I've never dated because he was taken, is physically not amazingly attractive, but the qualities that really drew me to him is one, he's self-made. So self-made to me is an extremely attractive
That's what you
trait.
like.
I love a self-made man.
So let's say if somebody prints like in third generation, living, relaxing by the beach, who always wants to be by the pool, you don't like it, even if he has a lot of money.
He has to be driven and passionate about something. I need someone who's driven and passionate. He may be driven about and passionate about saving animals, the environment, preserving his family legacy, or I don't know, uncovering a new, cleaning up the ocean. Something has to drive him. If he's just happy hanging out every day and that's all he wants to do, I will be bored. I will be very bored.
So no matter what, how many money he has, how much he inherited, you're going to say, listen, not for me.
Yeah, he doesn't have to be driven by money.
Yep.
But he has to be driven and passionate about something other than me, of course.
Yeah, you don't have to to get bored with him.
Yes. And I also like someone who is very multicultural. So if they're American, I mean, usually I'm attracted to, and men are attracted to me are from multiple backgrounds or they've lived in many countries, but someone who's very, very versatile, someone who can speak about a number of different subjects. If he's in finance, he can speak about astronomy, astrology, I don't know, cooking, something like this. I actually have a friend of mine that runs a private equity firm in this area in South Florida. He is extremely smart. He can talk about a variety of subjects. He's funny. Somebody also has a great sense of humor and can make fun of himself. Yeah. Someone who is sure of himself. That's another thing. A lot of men are defined by the money they have. And if they don't have the money, they don't feel they're a man, quote unquote. I like someone who is dynamic. Spontaneous would be great. Someone who obviously likes the finer things. Someone who always strives for more. Someone that can also just let his hair down and have fun. And honestly, one of the most important things is someone who's ready for what I'm ready for at this stage of my life. Because I also know a number of very successful men, but they're having fun. They're out with this girl one day, they're out with another girl another day, and I understand it, but that's not what I want. I want someone who's also emotionally mature and who wants to have a partner by their side that they go to dinner parties with, that they travel with, and be social still, but be with that partner that makes them better, that we make each other better, not just someone who wants a pretty girl on his arm.
If somebody now is watching this show and fell in love with you and he wants you to move because he's living in London, would you do that?
I would.
You don't mind moving around the world? You know, it's going to be a complete move. Your parents are here.
Yes, my parents are here. They're between New York and South Florida and Palm Beach, South Florida. However, to me, love doesn't have borders. I mean, I'm not saying it would be that easy of a decision that I would just up and leave tomorrow, but I'm completely open to relocating for the right person, the right, that right chemistry. I don't think that, planes fly is my saying. So
good. Thank you so much. Okay. So, and coming back to your New York experience, because it's not an easy deal to live in that city that never sleeps. So are you a strong feministic woman or old style?
Both. And I will explain what that means to me. So I'm strong in the sense that I'm independent. I've never had someone that supported me fully. By that meaning, I'm financially dependent on someone. I've been financially independent since I was 18, 19 years old. So I'm strong from that perspective and independent. But when it comes to my personal life, my intimate life, I like the man to be the man and the man to be the gentleman. I like the door held. I absolutely will not pay for dinner. I know that's a weird thing to say in America, but I just, to me, that's such a turnoff. And maybe that's a cultural thing, how I was raised or the country we're both from. But a man should take care of a woman and a woman should take care of a man, but they're different. There are different ways you take care of each other. It's not in America, I've noticed it's a lot of 50-50. Like, I buy you a water, you buy me a water. No. Men's needs.
It's not us, it's God created like that, okay?
Correct.
Yeah.
So I am very old fashioned in that sense.
Yeah, so Moon conjunction Mars give you strong emotionality, but intuition works very well. Do you do actions under the influence of emotions?
I do.
Did it happen to you? You know what?
Yeah.
This show is about to be opened up, to be loved and accepted as you are. So that's why I'm sharing everything, what I did right and wrong in life. And I want my guests to be that way.
Yes.
I want them to be honest. So what do you have any emotions that you don't like about yourself? Like, I wish I wouldn't do that.
I get nervous and anxious sometimes. So
but you're sensitive from the other side. There is always beautiful side of everything.
So
Yes,
to answer your question, like if I saw someone that I was really attracted to, that I really liked, not for business purposes, but I'm just like,
yes,
I would be nervous. I really would. It's a weird thing. I would be like, oh my God, should I say hi? Should I not say hi? I mean, I'm almost embarrassed of it, but it's kind of funny.
Internal conversation, like with yourself.
Yes. And I'm also another thing, but I don't know if I would change it, but I am impulsive. I'm definitely impulsive. And actually one of my I don't want to say ideal first dates because I don't want to give listeners the idea that this is what I expect. But one of the I think coolest first dates is let's fly somewhere for dinner. I
just asked my previous guest, would you fly for dinner in Vegas? And she told me, yeah, I can do that. So you're the girl who's gonna support him for that flight, yeah?
Yes. So I've actually, not for a date, but I have flown around the world on 24 hours notice just because I was like, you know what? I'm so tired of working. Yep. I need a break. I need to nurture my feminine side, my fun side, my playful side. I'm getting on a plane and I'm just going.
Favorite country to visit with your beloved one? When are you gonna find him?
Oh my goodness. When I've been to or when I haven't been to?
Both. 1-1.
Okay.
Win-win.
One I've been to if it's in the summer is south of France and Saint-Tropez. Good. My happy place.
Welcome to my second home. Not Saint-Tropez, just neighboring door.
Yes. And when I haven't been to, I would say probably the safari in Africa or Maldives, Seychelles.
Oh, that's cool. Wow. Good trip. Okay. Venus square Mars, emotional difficulties in love. Indicators for divorce. Tell me, have you been married before or not?
I have not.
No. But did you have some kind of, what was the most long-lasting relationships actually?
5.5 years.
So that's considered, astrology doesn't see it. It's not that I want to prove astrology works or not. They consider when you guys live together or you have something long-lasting is an aspect of marriage actually. Yeah. What can, for you, interrupt relationship that you would never go back? That's your red flag. That's it. Done.
Before or during?
I would say last drop. Let's call it this way. Yes.
I would say a non-negotiable is cheating. That's a hard non-negotiable.
Yeah. Cheating.
Yeah. I'm out. And before, if I'm just talking to someone and I'm just seeing are we compatible? Yeah. It's controlling. I can't be with someone that's controlling.
You feel some kind of abuse when somebody is controlling you?
No, I don't feel abuse. I just feel it's like someone takes air out of the room, right? I feel like I can't be myself. I can't I have to, because I'm a little bit of a people pleaser. I like the people that are around me to be happy. And if I feel like I have to stifle myself to make you, I'll give you an example. There was a gentleman that was pursuing me for about a year. Very successful, lives in 3 different places in the world, actually from our part of the world. Was very serious, wanted to get married, have kids. So checked all the boxes. But I noticed he was very much we will go where I want to go. We will do what we want to do. And if we go to a party, you have to be by my side the entire party.
That's very typical.
Yeah. And I
had that type of ex-husband.
Oh, really?
He was very, many issues. I mean, I wouldn't say that he was a bad person, just very controlling.
Yeah. And for me, I remember this exact conversation. So we were having dinner. And I was saying something about if I go to a party with my significant other, I could be in this part of the room, you're in that part of the room. We can cross paths and come by and just check on each other. And he literally looked at me and went, what do you mean? No, we go to a party. You're my woman. You're by my side the whole party. And I went, what do you mean? Like the whole time? He's like, yeah. And I went, yeah.
It's not only you who is taking that decision. Do you want official marriage at all?
Yes.
In church?
Yes.
Yeah. Ask everything directly because we need to understand who we are and what we want. Perfect. What about kids?
I do. Yes.
Do you want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5?
I'd say let's go with 2, maybe 3, depending how my body feels. But 2, I don't think that only children I feel need someone. So I think 2.
Yeah. Great answer. Thank you. Sun Square Uranus could be lack of patience and discipline. Possible.
Oh my.
Yes.
You got my number.
Good. Okay. Is it difficult for a person, to perceive routine as well?
Yes. I have no routine. Again, this is another person who I'm not dating. He's a good friend of mine. He's extraordinarily scheduled.
Yes.
And I could just see that if I dated him, we drive each other crazy. I can use a little bit of routine, but I have none.
What's your ideal occupation?
For me or for him?
For yourself.
What I'm doing now. Being an entrepreneur, having multiple businesses, advising. I joke that I have ADD because I can't do one. Like if I have to do one thing every day, 9 to 5, I go crazy. I need a multiple, and I'm also a people person. I'm very outgoing. Now, mind you, my partner doesn't have to be, but he has to appreciate it, if that makes sense. We don't both have to be social butterflies, but I am naturally.
Yeah.
And so if someone has an issue with it, that'll be a problem, but they don't have to be that themselves. They just have to go, oh, okay, that's my girl. She's over there.
Yeah.
Right.
Or somebody who's going to be proud of you, or at least in the same way, networking and having fun on that, like you're not only doing business, you just enjoy life together.
Correct. So there's a very good friend of mine or a mentor once said, you can drop Christina in Antarctica and they will, come back in a couple of days and there will be a gang of pigeons and she'll be, or not pigeons, excuse me, penguins. And she'll
festival going to be organized. So
festival, party. I'm going to be like DJs. The leader of the penguin, something. Yeah.
Oh my God. Thank you. In the childhood could be actually periods of tension or strict education. Tell me, does it relate?
I would say strict education, yes. Tension, no. I have a beautiful, beautiful childhood, great parents. They're madly in love with each other. Yeah. But yeah, education was very, very, my dad has 2 PhDs. My mom met my dad while she was doing her master's and he was her thesis advisor. So I was expected to have.
You have good genes.
Yes. But I was expected to have, And
do you have brothers or sisters by chance?
I do. I have a sister. I have an older sister.
Okay, good.
I'm the youngest.
Okay, so would you pass the same type of strict discipline, let's call it this way, education, or demanding a little bit to drive them to highest, richest point, for your kids, or you want to swim, you want to run, you want to draw?
I think something in the middle. I don't think I'd be as strict. My parents are wonderful, but I don't think I'd be as strict because my parents are very specific. Like your life should be like this, and any variant is not accepted.
Yeah.
But I also wouldn't be a laissez-faire parent where I would be like, oh, you want to go play the banjo on the corner? Go play the banjo on the corner. No. So I think I would want them to be happy, but I'd also want them to be successful.
Yes, of course.
And I would be a little bit strict in the sense of if you like to tap dance, commit to tap dancing.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very important to do in life what you love. Okay, so 23, 25 years old, somewhere there, Moon Square Neptune, possible period of, transformation. Mm-hmm. What happened by that time, if you remember by chance?
Sure. So I started my career at 16 on Wall Street. That's an entirely different conversation. Yes. And so by the age of 20, I was working for a multi-billion-dollar insurance company, working for the CIO, the chief investment officer, with about $270 billion in premiums. And so I rose very quickly in that company. I was very lucky to work with great people that elevated me and helped me and taught me. So I basically helped build a department inside of a huge multi-billion-dollar company. So I was traveling to Zurich. I was traveling to London. I was also doing my master's at night while I was going to school full time. So I was very on top of my game, if you will.
And the same, very intense. 27, 28. Mars conjunction Uranus, impulsive period and hasty actions. What is your personal manner to take decisions at all?
Currently or at that age?
By that age. And currently you actually maybe changed.
Yes. So at that age, what I did was, like I said, I pursued the career in financial services because of my parents and because we moved here. We also moved here and we experienced, as you can understand, a very big change.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to be successful, financially successful. And I was. And then around that age, I got very sick of it. I was very fed up with it. I was working for a big company. I was getting paid a lot of money. I had an executive assistant. I had all the things that you would think that somebody would be so happy with, but I was miserable. I didn't want to go to work. So
burnout.
Yes. And during a trip to Miami, I saw people living and having fun and enjoying themselves and going on boats and dancing at 2:00 in the morning. And I'm working at 2:00 in the morning. So I literally left my job, left my whole career, went to Brazil twice in a row. The second time I didn't tell my job I went to Brazil.
I'm not going to cut it off if you give me permission. Can we save that secret for all our followers?
Yeah. And this is obviously before COVID, and this is before people worked remotely. So I basically ended my official career on Wall Street, started my business, my first business. So it was a whole complete change of lifestyle.
So we spoke about networking partner, but actually, let's say if somebody wants to put money in one of your projects or whatever, are you going to be 50-50 on any type of cooperation with your partner, or you prefer to have, let's say, your business separately from your partner? What's your position?
You mean my romantic partner?
Yeah.
That's interesting, actually. I would say it depends on what my partner expects from it. And I say this because I've seen relationships where a man who's very successful incubates his partner's wife's girlfriend's business, but he's doing it like to help her. He's not actually expecting to like make money off of it. I mean, if it does, it's great, but that's not paying for the dinner or the rent. So if that were the case, I would. But if it's like, hey, it's a do or die, I'm going to invest in you. And if you don't make X amount of money, we're not. I think that introduces the kind of stress that I don't want to have.
Expectation.
Yes. Also, going back to what I want in my intimate relationship is I want a man who's very financially stable and successful, who's not worrying about a paycheck or like if this thing fails, if he invests in my business and it doesn't work or it doesn't provide the proper return, it's not going to matter. Yeah. That's what I want because I still want him to look at me. My priority is that he's looking at me as his woman and not as his business partner.
Do you have any dream project or dream client to take him, to get him? Sorry.
I would say probably Richard Branson or Bezos.
That's a good answer. Oh my God. Okay. Yes. And 34 years old, Venus square Neptune, that could be periods of some kind, I don't know, another aspect of dishonesty actually against you. That's what I mean. Or some financial transformation period as well. What happened by that time? What is it an important year for you?
Yes. So I had one of my businesses fail, quote unquote, and I had a business partner let me down in a very big way. So it was a very tough thing.
Both aspects work out.
Yes. And it was a person that was very close to me. We weren't dating, we weren't intimate, but I thought this was a person that was very close to me. And
trusty.
Yes. So my trust was betrayed.
Yeah, I understand. That's the most horrible thing. What is your attitude to trust right now? If I could ask you, I don't know, to coach us a little bit, how to build up trust, or is it possible at all to return back?
Yes.
Relationship.
Yes, but I've said this before. I am very quick and easy to meet people and get in rapport, but I'm very slow to build a real trusting relationship because of past experiences. So I would say go easy and baby steps. I get a little, I don't know if scared is the right word, but I pull back if someone is very right away. I want to give you the world. I want to take you everywhere. I want to get married. I go, whoa. If you did this with me, who else have you done this with? Like that actually makes me more suspicious. But if someone is slowly building up that, that relationship, I think that's the way to do it. I don't like I can't see myself like marrying someone in a month or something. That doesn't.
Thank you, KRISTINA. Actually, you were very honest about yourself, first of all, that I should appreciated. Thank you for. And you were very direct about what you want. What is your ideal partner? So we spoke about his appearance, that it doesn't really matter. I mean, it should be a man who is taking care of himself, definitely. But I mean, it's more about his behavior, his values, his goals, his attitude towards you. My question is, there is anything like, I don't know, there is any taboo, something you don't come across? You don't deal with married guys. You don't deal with guys with the baggage, with few kids. There is any forbidden things for you where you don't go?
Yeah. So I would say someone who's married.
Yes.
For sure. Someone who's into what I'm going to say, the alternative lifestyle. So I understand couples do different things. Some couples like to swing. Some couples like to invite other people. Some couples like to
experiment.
Right. I do not like that.
It's starting to be modern. I don't know.
Yes. Like, actually, Tony Robbins did a podcast on love with Sage and their third partner, who carried their baby.
Wow! I didn't know that. Even being on his shows so many times, as you know. No, I didn't know that.
He just posted it, and I mean, I knew about it, but now it's like open.
Okay.
So that's a hard no for me. Also,
because you always mention him, so it's your
I've known him for a while.
Respectful guy. Yeah.
I still respect him. I think he's great, and I respect people's lifestyles. I just could not. I couldn't do that. Another thing actually is someone who would want me to convert. So I'm more spiritual than I am religious.
Yep.
My mom is Jewish. My dad's Christian.
Yep.
My mom feels more Christian than Jewish. So to me, it's not a hard rule. But if someone would want me to convert, or someone would want me to follow...
Even a Jewish guy, he wants you, for example, he fell in love with you, he wants to make kids for kids. You're going to convert?
Well, I don't need to convert for a Jewish guy because my mom's Jewish.
Ah, you got it. So yes, I missed the point that you're a Jewish mom, not dad.
Yes. But what I'm saying is in my family, like if someone was like, for example...
Muslim? No, for sure.
Muslim, I could if he's easy about it.
Because it's very different.
Yes, my parents wouldn't like that. But if he's not very religious or he wouldn't want me to be religious with him, that's like if he's more secular, that's okay. But
so you don't mind different mentality or nationality, sorry for interrupting you, but he doesn't want to change you.
Correct.
That's the point.
Yes. And like one thing that may be small, but like I grew up much like you having a Christmas tree. We don't call it a Christmas tree. We call it a New Year's tree. Mm-hmm. I need to have a New Year's tree. You can call it anything, but I need to have an evergreen with, stuff on it.
Yeah, because Jewish people, they don't have it, but Christian, they do.
Yeah, but the way we grew up, it's not a religious thing. It's
obviously.
It's a winter thing. I don't know.
Kristina, I'll be honest with you. I admire your honesty.
Thank you.
You're honest. No matter what. So you're very direct. You're very wonderful. You're self-made. You're obviously beautiful. People can see it. And this show is all about your presence, about your, you're moving. You're so much alive. That's so important. And you're moving in your life, and you know that you're helping out other people and with projects and in life. So I wish all that luck and love and beauty come back, multiplied in your life. And of course, love first of all, but tell please our followers how they can find you. Any links, social media, whatever.
Sure. So I am on Instagram. It's KKALXANDRA, Alexandra.
Yeah.
Also, I am on LinkedIn, Kristina with a K, Kristina Alexandra. And on Facebook as well.
Thank you so much. And we have two final questions.
Sure.
Do you remember the chewing gums? Love is to?
Mm-hmm.
What is love for you? Love is to? Which verb would you add?
Love is to?
Yes. To hug each other, to kiss in the morning, to have a cup of coffee together.
Do you mean like the love languages?
Yes.
I would say it is all of it. I like words of affirmation. I love touch. I love a look. I love gifts. I think it's all, love is all encompassing.
Mm-hmm. Thank you
That's
so
what
much.
I think it is.
And of course, whom do you pass the torch of participation in Stars About Stars?
Oh my goodness. I have a couple of people in mind.
Tell me, you want to share a couple? For that type of woman, we're going to accept 2 guests.
Okay, great. So I have a girlfriend of mine, her name is Saya, and a girlfriend of mine, her name is Kim. They both live down here. So So happy.
Great. Absolutely
recommend them.
great. We are happy to make other people happy. That's our mission in life. Great. So we are waiting for your guests, and thank you again for that honest conversation. That was absolutely wonderful journey. That was KRISTINA Alexandra. Thank you so much. And that was with you, Stars About Stars, the first astrology-based matchmaking podcast for love and career seekers. And you can follow us in our website, www.starsaboutstars, our social media with the same name, and listen to us, please, in Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And it was me, Irina.